are still snowed in or have absolutely zero desire to go outside, our next guest has 2 recipes made from things that you probably have in your pantry. Audience, give it up for the cooking mom, Amy Hatton.
I'm here. I just went to go grab. Hey, Jace,
Amy,
how are you?
I thought, where the hell are you going? I just introduced you.
So first of all, I was supposed to be there in person, but that darn snow, so we decided to play it safe. So thanks for letting me do this for my home kitchen. Yeah, so I don't really want to go to the grocery store. Definitely didn't want to go out yesterday. So I got you covered. Today, I'm going to show you how to make 2 things. You probably have most of the ingredients in your house right now, or next time you go to the grocery store, get this stuff so that you can make it when you just need to pull dinner out of a hat. So we're talking about, first of all, making an ooey gooey, delicious, cheesy, toasty tuna melt. And Jace, do you have a can of tuna in your kitchen? Come on. Do you? What?
Yeah.
No?
You know what? I think I do, actually. So let's, for the sake of the segment, yes, cooking mom, I do. Yes.
He doesn't. I'm going to bring you tuna next time. Okay, so I love a good tuna melt, and they are so easy. And mine starts with a super good tuna salad, because that's where it all starts, right? So you have to make my tuna salad recipe because it's the best ever. I get good quality tuna. I like the water packed. Do you get what tuna you like? I'm using 3 small cans, or I like to get the 1 big can. I think it's a better value. I think there's better tuna in there. Finely diced celery. I like a lot of celery. I like a lot of crunch. I'm also going to do a little bit of diced red pepper. But again, if you don't have this stuff, make your tuna salad. I just want to give you some tips on how I make mine. And people really love it. I'm doing a little bit of green onion. Some people, that's kind of a thing. Do people like onion in their tuna salad? Some people don't. The green onion is kind of a mellow flavor. It's not like onion overload. Sometimes too much onion and that's all you can taste. So, but use whatever onion you have. And then the secret ingredient, I've got 2 secret ingredients. My dad, who's no longer with us, used to love my tuna salad sandwiches. And he would say, like, why is it so good? And I'm like, Dad, it's all about a boatload of fresh dill, fresh chopped dill. Now, you may not have fresh dill in your fridge right now.
I have that. I have dill, Amy. I do have dill in my, yes.
How can you have dill and not tuna? We need to talk. Okay, so then fresh lemon juice is super important because it cuts down that tuna, that fishiness. You know what I'm talking about? And then good quality mayo. I know there's a whole debate. Some people like mayo. Some people like that salad dressing. I really like the more savory mayo. So get it all in there, maybe a little salt and pepper. Now, I'm doing these open-faced on toasted English muffins, but you do you. If you just have like a bun, you don't want to go outside of the house, or a French baguette, or a piece of toast, that's all going to work. Lots of great recipes for Lent. We're in the Lenten season, and that means some people don't eat meat on Fridays on my website. So I've got a couple different ways to do tuna melts, and I do a bean crab sandwich. So here's my toasted English muffins. I kind of like that they're open-faced, and that way you can have 1 or you can have 2. And I'm going to make a delicious, my best ever tomato basil soup in just a minute, which goes perfect with that. I like a little tomato on my tuna melt, but again, that's up to you. We're out of tomato season, so definitely season those tomatoes with a little bit of salt and pepper because they need it. And then a little cheese on top, American Swiss, whatever you have, shredded, sliced, it really doesn't matter. But I got to have some cheese on my tuna melt. This is kind of a new, healthier way to do it. Old school tuna melt, you do it in butter and fry it like a grilled cheese, and this is a little more healthy. I'm going to pop it under the broiler to warm the tuna, melt the cheese, and we will get back to you, tuna melt, in just a minute. Okay, tomato basil soup. I mean, there's nothing better, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a hug in a bowl. And really good tomato basil soup at a nice restaurant can cost you like 12 or more bucks a bowl. Make it at home. This is amazing. So we're going to start with, again, pantry staples. 4 cans of diced tomatoes. If you can pick up next time you go to the grocery store, the fire roasted, it gives it even more flavor. But if all you have is the regular diced tomatoes, that will work. So 4 cans, or 2 of the big 28-ounce cans. Then we're going to hit this with a 1/4 cup, a whole boatload of dried basil. Dried basil doesn't have a lot of flavor, and we really want this soup to have some great tomato basil flavor. So this is just the dried basil. I know you've got that, Jason.
I do.
I know you do.
I do.
A little bit of sugar, just because it balances out the tomatoes and just gives a touch of sweetness. And if you want to leave the sugar out, it's all A-okay. And then we're going to hit this with a boatload of heavy cream. A good 1 to 2 cups. Or you could lighten it up and do half and half like you put in your coffee, or even milk, but boy, that heavy cream really is good. Now at this point, get this to a simmer. And if you have one of these handy dandy immersion blenders,
I do. I literally, I am weird. I cook a lot, so I have every gadget. I do have that one, and I love it.
Wow. And you know what? I remember when they first came out and they were like expensive. They're not expensive now. But they really will do a nice job of pureeing your soup. And the nice thing about it is you can do it right in the pot. If you don't have one, again, don't have to run out and buy one. But it's real important to cool that soup down a little bit and then put it in your blender and puree it. You don't want to put hot soup into a blender. You'll have that exploding blender. I'll tell you that story another time. It wasn't a fun one. Okay. Pea soup. White kitchen cabinets, they were green after that whole disaster. I learned the hard way. So here's a tomato basil soup. It's all nice and pureed. And I'm going to add 2 more ingredients. I'm going to do some fresh shredded mozzarella cheese or Parmesan cheese, or again, even cheddar cheese. A little bit of cheese at the end is just, I mean, cheese. You know, what can we say? A little bit of cheese in that soup. And yeah, and then look at that.
Yeah,
it gets a little. We're talking. And
Amy, we have about 30. I want to see those melts.
Okay. I want to show you the melts. Where's my? Okay, here it is. And then, oh my gosh, oh yeah, they're melting. They're getting yummy, yummy, yummy. So here's my tuna melt. Again, lots of great recipes on my website. I've got a newsletter. It's free, thecookingmom.com. Jace, my website is brand new and designed, and it is beautiful. Lots of recipes, lots of kitchen tips. I'm leading culinary trips. Check it out. It's real pretty. And then I like to do a little bit of fresh basil or maybe even Parmesan on top. I wish you could have some of this.
I know I do too, because Amy always makes me lunch when she's here. And Amy, your dog is like sharking around that kitchen, just waiting for this segment to be over. Yeah.
Totally.
We love you. Thanks, Amy. Visit her brand new website, thecookingmom.com, and make sure to sign up for her newsletter. I have something to say when we return. Back in a moment.